know they say just once, hit a very blue.
This is a story by a gentleman who also may be a known writer in town. His name is Yalun too. Any ladies came to see if they could meet Yalun too tonight? Yay! One honest person in the room. I won't point him out, but he's here at the time. It's called Together. I don't know how much you know, but we're supposed to end up together. The narrative was written long ago, starting with a kiss in New Haven at a party. Your friend, remember the one, the red-haired one, the wild one? She was snapping pictures and she captured it. By coincidence, by circumstance, by fate. And really, I mean, how perfect is that? Our first kiss, destined to be adorned on a wall in our hallway. Oh, that picture? It's a bit of a funny story, really. It was our sophomore year in college. I could almost hear your girlfriend's gush. I don't know how much you know, but we're supposed to be together. There was talk of a house, a dog, winters with sweaters. We'd kissed in the rain and chinked champagne glasses. The years would turn, but it sort of stayed the same. I'd read newspapers. You'd eat muesli in the mornings. But we'd still be us. There'd still be that secret look you'd give me during parties. You know, the one that means, I'm doing this all for you, and, oh, I love you so much, but you should still clean this all up at the end. And I would, because, you know, dirty dishes should never separate people, and, oh, by the way, I love you too. I don't know how much you know, but we're supposed to be together. Together we were a Friday. Anticipation of pleasure, a weekend that could fall in any direction. There were Tunisian restaurants, moonlit tangos, that surprise trip to Florida where we cooked lamb roast for my grandmother. She still says that was my favorite meal ever. A listener might be inclined to reduce this sentiment to cliche, to add it to a list of platitudes. We go where the wind takes us, or home is where the heart is, or all you need is love. But they don't know our narrative. I went where I planned, in a home I paid for, on a targeted course to maximize my utility. It was as clinical and perfect as it sounds. I was going to be rich and successful, and I would still keep some of my boyish charm. And this is why you like me. This is why you love me. This is why you loved me. We're supposed to be together. I moved to Hong Kong. I moved to Hong Kong. We're supposed to be together. Hong Kong is a Saturday. It's a queue of beautiful people. Hong Kong is love, and love here is never having to check your bank account balance. Its plan was a pit stop, a blip, a 2-year stint that turned into 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and then the end of us. We were supposed to be a Sunday. You know, bike rides, brunch, undercover snuggles in the afternoon. I'd bring you hot chocolate, and you'd accept it, because all women love chocolate, but somehow you love chocolate more than anybody else. I put my arm around you and trick you into thinking that the marshmallows were homemade, but you were too smart for that. When you'd open your mouth to protest, I'd kiss it. And there'd be laughs and chocolate, and then only the sounds of the two of us sitting together. I don't know how much you know, but we were supposed to be. There was a moment, no, scratch that. There were 4 moments when it was over, and I could have fixed it. And I didn't. The night before I flew to Hong Kong, you stayed over, and we woke up with eyes swollen. The summer here, you asked me to go, and I was angry, and I booked a trip to Europe, and I left. When my dad was sick, and I called you in that elevator bank, and you told me you still loved me, and I told you that I loved you, and that I'd started something new, and didn't that deserve a try? When that skinny guy, Kaz, I think his name is, whatever, he's always the skinny guy to me, he broke up with you, and you jumped on a bus to New York, and you slept in my hotel bed, and I remember watching you curled up, wrapped around that pillow, and I leaned over and I whispered a secret in your ear. I don't know if you heard it, but it was important. I thought that there, in the early morning, in the beauty of that hotel room, if I'd mouthed it 100 times over and over and over, there'd be power in those words. We're supposed to be together. I learned that you were engaged via Facebook. I clicked the link and I saw the ring and the congratulations from all of our friends. I was in my office calculating cash flow. The sun was shining. I remember it was a beautiful day, and I left my office and I went to get coffee, and I ordered it and I drank the coffee and I went back to my office. And I remembered that Frank O'Hara poem, "The Day Lady Died." It's 12:20 in New York on a Friday, 3 days after Bastille Day. It's 1959, and I go get a shoe shine because I will get on the 419 in East Hampton at 7:15 and go straight to dinner. And I don't know the people who will feed me. But now you're married. And you looked really happy and beautiful in the wedding dress and in the pictures. And I sent you a few emails, a short, terse, happy birthday, check out this funny video, look at these kittens, whatever. What I meant to say was, well, what is there to say anyway? You're happy, and I'm happy for you. And that's a lie. It's not true, but I'm blessed for what we had. I am. And what we have, and who I am now because of you. We're supposed to be together, but I suppose you supposed different. I don't know how much you know, but now it's a Monday. Thank you.